Can somebody please take Chrisean Rock and go put her back where her feet been?
Chrisean, I was so cringe watching you at Funny My Prom.
I wanted to talk about Chrisean because I just don't think she looking good these days. Like, looking at her in her face, like, she just went to the Streamers Prom. And once upon a time, I thought she was like one of the prettiest girls. Psychopath.
Welcome back to the video. We'll go back to Croon and her streaming university prom girl in today's video. It seemed like everyone was fleeing from Chrisean because they thought she was going to have her same virality. Now that she has it. But she's not as likable as she used to be. They'll watch her like Miss Nita, but she doesn't have, like, oh my god, I have no more influence. For those of you who don't know who Khan is, Crow was with the semi-popular rapper Blueface B. He had a song with Cardi B, and they went viral and became very popular because of their relationship with domestic violence. It seems like all the little streamers were avoiding her. Well, everyone wants to start streaming now because, look, YouTube is bringing in a great bag, but from what I hear, everyone is trying to get their platform going, and it would have been a good idea. Chrisean would have been able to get a lot of views on her Twitch stream, but they were just running away from her. They was not wanting her there. There was a lot of fake beefs going on, and she was just embarrassing herself when she really should have just been at home. But anyway, we got a lot of time packed, so let me do my disclaimer so we can get right into the video. But before we do all of that, I need everyone to stop what they're doing and like the video and leave me a comment so you can help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Let's please disclaimer, everything in this video is alleged. Everything in this video is a personal opinion strictly for entertainment. This video is protected under fair use. I don't know these people personally, so this is not a personal take, and I didn't make this video to talk down on anyone. I just give my authentic opinion with no ill intent. If you are offended by anything in this video, I am not responsible for your emotions. I just make great videos with full backgrounds on celebrities, influencers, and related TV stars. This is not a TE page, but I do keep for internet homie, so let's get into it. And Crowan was chasing behind the popular influencers, but the influencers that didn't really have no motion, not like that. She was not trying to hear it. She was not trying to speak, typical for an influencer, I guess.
Chrisean! Damn, I'm in the RBC chat.
I said at Parker. Hey, Marco, let me hold the
I
keys.
guess I'm in RBC. It's okay though. We're gonna get drunk.
DJ Sky was not supposed to be at that prom last night, okay? The way they acted a fool, embarrassed themselves so many times, did not make no sense. I don't know what was worse, the secondhand embarrassment or her all being in these people's face and they not fooling with her. You could tell a lot of people was so uncomfortable. Like Jay, Cinco, and Lala, they was together. And she walked up to Lala and them, and she was all up in their face and everything. You could tell they felt very uncomfortable. Overall, just the way that she was carrying herself all night, it was just not classy, not ladylike. And overall, the main thing, when DJ Sky sat there and took Talil's bottle, and she didn't sit here and think that Talil wasn't going to confront her about it. So when he confronted her, she was like, I didn't take no bottle. I didn't do this. That's not respectful. It's giving real bummish behavior, okay? That's what it's giving. And everybody know that Talil has the best hospitality. He don't mind sharing. He don't mind turning up. He don't mind doing none of that. But to sit here and take a bottle out of this man's section that he paid for, that you didn't, and we approach you about it, you just sit there and just giggle. Baby, you shouldn't have been there in the first place. No home training. No respect.
People were also saying like Chrisean is not attractive as she once was, but it's like when you do certain things you do become unattractive. But anyway, somebody said she just gained weight, and also she does not have the motion she had 2 years ago. She literally let a man in jail control her every move. Had she left him years ago, her career would have been so much further. Sometimes that does work, but if Croon wanted to leave her man, she would have had to change her whole attitude as well, like change everything about her and really just like glow up, boss up like a cash doll, and she has not done that. So if I had a face like hers, I would have never tattooed it for real. I genuinely can't believe she did that. Aside from that, Blueface narcissism is getting to her from jail, and she's drinking too much again. Then somebody else say, Agra, she really didn't fit in at all. I felt so bad for her because she was socially awkward, and I felt bad because it seemed like they didn't want to be associated with her. It was so sad to watch. Real, because sometimes it can be like, you are who you hang around with, and it seems like she doesn't have a good reputation. So why would I want to talk to her if I'm successful? You have to keep in mind that these people are only friends because they are networking.
She looking good these days. Like, looking at her in her face, like, she just went to the Streamers Prom. And once upon a time, I thought she was like one of the prettiest girls. Psychopath, off her rocker, a drunk, a crash out. but beautiful. And just looking at her at that prom, she just looked uncomfortable. She just looked like she did not fit in. Like, she just don't have that same oomph to her, you know? And I'm not sure if it's because she's so stressed out about her baby daddy. If she's still just battling a lot of shit. But that affects you. I'm telling y'all, when you are stressed out, I don't know about y'all, but when I'm stressed out and I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, dang, I ain't looking my glowiest self. I'm not looking my best self, and it's just really showing that whatever's been going through been eating her up, because she's not looking good. Like, she was looking like an old grandma. She used to be one of them I don't know if it was I don't think it was the outfit choice, the hair, none, all of that. She just looked like a disaster. And then her face was like swole up. Like, she just did not look like youthful and fresh and beautiful like she typically looks. I mean, and despite everything, because no matter all this shit went through, she still looked still so pretty. You like, oh, she's a psychopath, but she's beautiful. You can't say that, or she crazy, but you can still dial her up, and she just looks stuffed in that dress, uncomfortable.
In that dress, uncomfortable. I feel so sorry and embarrassed for Blueface. Like, how could he go from his other baby mama to her? I'm not going to say that you are what you attract, but I will say that you are what you interact with and really entertain. So it's like you might got something wrong with him too, because he the one who chose Croon, he the one who laid down with Christian. He is not innocent. Just because Chrisean is bad, that don't mean that Blue is innocent. But yes, his other baby mama. It just seemed like she just seemed like she's just a better person than Chrisean, but Chrisean got more emotion. You got to admit that she got a problem. She's acting like her mom, just unstable, and peeped through, hyped her up like it was cute. It just keeps on getting worse. She got fans still saying Junior is fine and she's getting him help is really, really sad. No, that's serious. Like, Khan has some of the most delusional fans. Again, you are who you hang around. Like, if you feel like Khan. Knowing like how her son is how he is, like Junior should be Khan's really only concern. And then she's talking about, oh well, I got to make money, I got to make money, or whatever. I feel like she should have made so much money. She should have been able to take a year or two off, and being a crash out is not the only way to make money. Like, some people really have sustainable brands. You don't need to be high to have an audience and express opinions. You can be a normal person.
Somebody please take Chrisean Rock and go put her back where her feet been, because ain't no way she just came out of nowhere and she done got kicked out. She had the prom crying and trying to twerk on Talil. Like, this mom came out the woodwork just going crazy. Somebody need to take her back wherever the f*** been hiding, because she is buku crazy.
I need her. I can't take no pictures with Chrisean. Don't get us with shit.
Not too much.
Oh my God, nigga, her bodyguard.
I'm gonna steal you real quick.
Chrisean!
3-piece signature.
Chrisean! Chrisean!
Crowan started getting mad because obviously Crowan is still a person, even though I feel like some of this is kind of like warranted, because it's like you're putting your child on social media, and you put also not even just on social media, but on TV. How you was acting as a mom and how you were acting pregnant, so obviously you're going to get some pushback on that, but she don't like that people are speaking on her and speaking about her in a negative light, now talking about, oh, you don't look better than me, you don't look better than me, you don't look better than me. Now Chrisean is a pretty girl, face color is a 10, it does not decline, right? But certain things you do, it just makes you unattractive. Like,
You do not look better than me. Anna, you do not look better than me. Can I get a bitch that's on my level? Talk shit. Oh, I forgot. I'm cool with all them type of bitches. Ruby, India, sexy.
I'm calling Wendy out because Wendy's scared of her. You can't get mad because somebody's scared of you and they got a lot of following, so what? Like, genuinely, she's basically saying she's scared of you. She would never fight you because she's scared for her life. Like, and you talking about that make you look bad because she got a lot of following and you already going through a lot. You are the reason that you're going through a lot. Like, you really can't get mad because somebody's scared of you. So you saying basically, let's run that because you're scared? Where they do that at, Chrisean? Like, you literally need to evaluate your whole life right now. The last thing you need to do is call somebody out because they scared of you. That's no reason for you to fight this one. We all know that Wendy wouldn't even be able to pinch a grape in a fruit fight, let alone fight you. So why you gonna call her out? Now I feel like you just doing shit just for social media. And Clyde, you know Wendy got a lot of following, and you probably feel like this will get your views up, but this is really making you look bad. So I suggest you just stop talking about Wendy. Don't even bring Wendy up, because genuinely she is fed to you, Chrisean. Everybody is.
It's like we're dragging Cash on saying that Junior is slow because she is slow, and someone said before Blueface she was legit normal, ran track in high school, she was so well spoken. The contrast is crazy. I'm not saying he's totally responsible, but we all know a toxic abusive relationship can really break you down and make you crazy, because now it's like people just trying to, portray Blue as like the victim, and Crow is this big bad wolf, but I feel like they both had their parts to play in it, and like I said, he chose her. What they tell women, oh, you should have chose better. No, Blue should have chose better. It's beyond obvious, and she's constantly taken advantage of. She's an infant at that. She only has fighting to prove herself. Blue knows how to play her too. He winds her up and then sends her running.
Yeah.
I think she probably is a little bit crazy, a little bit delayed, and like they say, a relationship does break you sometimes, but I think also a lot of this is it's for views, it's to get her name back popular. Like the other girl was saying, she's starting these random beasts with people, just so she can do crazy numbers, and it's working.
Every time I hear think pieces on Chrisean Rock, I never hear anybody say that she too is also developmentally delayed to some capacity. Like, it's very obvious, and I think that was why it was strange for Blueface to even be interacting with that girl in the first place, knowing that there clearly was something wrong. But because she was pretty, it's like people just gave her pass after pass. And now that prettiness is kind of fading into, I don't know what they got going on. She looked really bad though. People are just seeing her actions for what they are, and they're not giving her the same passes that they used to when she was smaller, more, palatable as far as they were concerned, because she was pretty. It's just strange to just see how it's all unfolding, but also it's like her whole life is going live and being on the internet, and she feeds off of the attention that she gets from the internet. And now, because there is some shame that she carries with the appearance of her child and the scrutiny that she receives from, her child, the backlash that she gets from showing her child and how he is. I don't want to make any assumptions, but we got eyes, you know what I'm saying? We're not, and there's nothing wrong with having a child that has some issues here. The issue is that Chrisean is not getting that baby any help. And that should be a crime, because the child is clearly suffering.
Claimed that people are taking advantage of Khan because, they are making fun of her for their own amusement and her downfall. But in the end, she is the one who posted her information online, so no one can make fun of her or laugh at her if she didn't post it. Therefore, it's not a victim thing, and if it is, you just don't post anything on social media anymore if you don't want to be taken advantage of in that way. I agree that every parent should heal before having children, prevent them from projecting their own trauma and bad habits onto their kids, because generational trauma is very real. Even if you suffer from things like being heavy set, if you don't get that under control by the time you have kids, sometimes your child will experience the same thing and be overweight as well.
I want to know who I really feel bad for to a certain degree. Chrisean Rock. I do. Because I feel like a lot of people capitalized and made her misery and pain their entertainment, right? I remember when Chrisean first started coming up on the scene, baddies, it was like you couldn't keep it real. Anytime you try to call out the real about the situation, like she shouldn't be pregnant, still smoking and drinking at the club, she shouldn't be hitting on people, and she needed some assistance, some guidance, you were met with so much backlash. Like, oh, well, you're just hating. We did the same thing when we was kids. For one, I never did none of this shit that the youth are doing when I was a kid. Today's kids are literally on crack. I never did crack. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's funny when grown-ups use that excuse. Oh, we did the same thing when we were kids. That's the problem, Goofy. The whole point in stopping generational curses and trauma is to not continue to perpetuate them, right? But a lot of people, I feel like, egg that situation on for the sake of their entertainment. And now look what you get. You have a child that is going to be brought into this world out of nothing but trauma and pain, because trauma lives in the body. So all those episodes y'all watching of her crying and feeling away, her baby is feeling that shit too.